Well, hello there, friends, and welcome to the studio. Today, we're going to embark on a wonderful journey together, a journey that celebrates the joy of creativity that lives within each and every one of us. We're going to explore 10 fantastic art techniques, each one like a new color on your palette, just waiting to be discovered. And the best part is there are no mistakes here, only happy accidents and opportunities to let your imagination run wild. So grab your brushes, your paints, and maybe even a happy little twig, and let's get started on this exciting artistic adventure.
Now, have you ever watched a river flow, the way the water swirls and dances over the rocks? That's the kind of magic we're going to create with fluid acrylic pouring. Imagine this. You take these beautiful, vibrant acrylic paints, and you thin them down to a smooth, flowing consistency. Then, you choose your colors, and you pour them onto the canvas, letting them blend and mingle in the most delightful ways. You can create cells, those little pockets of color that seem to bloom right before your eyes. Or you can use a blow dryer to coax the paint into delicate patterns and swirls. It's like creating your own little galaxy of color. And the best part is, no two pours are ever the same. Each one is a unique masterpiece, just like you. So go ahead, let those colors flow and see what happy accidents you can create.
Now let's step into the world of collage, where we get to be like storytellers, piecing together bits and pieces of our lives to create something new and beautiful. Think about all the little treasures you have tucked away. Old photographs, scraps of fabric, maybe even a ticket stub from a favorite concert. These are the building blocks of your collage, each one holding a memory, a feeling, a story waiting to be told. You can arrange them on a canvas, layering textures and colors, creating a tapestry of your own unique experiences. Don't be afraid to experiment with different materials and compositions. Maybe you'll tear the edges of a photo to give it a vintage feel, or overlap pieces of colorful paper to create depth and dimension. Remember, there are no rules in collage, just the freedom to express yourself in a way that feels authentically you.
Have you ever looked closely at a blade of grass or a ladybug's shell and marveled at the intricate details? That's the kind of magic we're going to create with pointillism, where tiny dots come together to form something truly extraordinary. Instead of using brushstrokes, we're going to use dots, carefully placing them side by side to build up color and form. It's like creating a mosaic, one tiny piece at a time. You can use a fine-tipped pen, a dotting tool, or even the end of a paintbrush to make your dots. Experiment with different pressures and spacing to create variations in tone and texture. And don't be afraid to mix colors directly on the canvas by layering dots of different hues. You might be surprised at the vibrant and luminous effects you can achieve. Just remember, patience is key with pointillism. It's all about taking your time and enjoying the process of creating something truly special, dot by tiny dot.
Now, let's dive into the world of watercolor, where colors blend and flow like whispers on the wind. Watercolor is all about embracing the unexpected, letting the pigments dance and mingle on the paper to create soft, ethereal effects. We'll start with a clean brush and a palette of your favorite watercolor paints. Dip your brush in water, then gently pick up some pigment and touch it to the paper. Watch as the color blooms and spreads, creating delicate washes and gradients. You can layer colors on top of each other, allowing them to blend and create new hues. Don't be afraid to experiment with different amounts of water to control the intensity and transparency of your washes. And remember, it's okay to let the colors bleed into each other a little. That's part of the beauty of watercolor.
In the world of art, there are no limits to what we can create. And with mixed media, we're going to break free from any rules and let our imaginations run wild. Imagine combining paint with fabric, or adding texture with found objects like buttons, string, or even leaves from your backyard. It's all about experimenting and discovering new ways to express yourself. You can use acrylic mediums to adhere different materials to your canvas, creating a rich tapestry of textures and dimensions. Don't be afraid to get messy and have fun with it. Try layering different types of paper, adding splashes of color with acrylics or watercolors, and then embellishing with found objects. Let your intuition guide you and see where your creativity takes you. Remember, there are no mistakes in mixed media, only happy accidents and endless possibilities.
Stencil art is like having a magic wand that allows you to create intricate designs with ease. It's a fantastic technique for adding bold patterns and graphics to your artwork. You can find pre-made stencils at your local art supply store, or you can create your own by cutting designs out of cardboard or acetate sheets. Once you have your stencil, simply place it on your chosen surface and apply paint over the openings using a brush, sponge, or spray paint. Experiment with different color combinations and layering techniques to create depth and dimension. You can use stencils to add patterns to backgrounds, create focal points in your compositions, or even design your own custom t-shirts and tote bags. The possibilities are endless with stencil art, so let your creativity soar. Let's explore the intricate world of paper quilling, where we'll transform simple strips of paper into delicate and beautiful works of art. Imagine taking colorful strips of paper, rolling them tightly into coils, and then pinching and shaping them into all sorts of beautiful forms. That's the magic of paper quilling. You can create everything from simple spirals and teardrops to intricate flowers, leaves, and even animals. All you need to get started is some quilling paper, a quilling tool, and a little bit of glue. Roll the paper strips tightly around the tool, then release the coil slightly to create different shapes. Arrange your quilled shapes on a card, canvas, or even a three-dimensional object and glue them in place. You can create stunning patterns, intricate designs, or even personalized gifts. Now let's step into the world of spray paint art, where we'll use vibrant colors and bold strokes to create dynamic and eye-catching pieces. Imagine this. You take a can of spray paint, shake it up, and with a press of the nozzle, you unleash a burst of color onto your canvas. You can create smooth gradients, bold lines, and even intricate stencils. Don't be afraid to experiment with different caps and nozzles to achieve different effects. You can use masking tape to create sharp lines and geometric shapes, or let the paint drip and splatter for a more abstract look. And remember, spray paint art isn't just for walls. You can use it on canvases, wood panels, even furniture. So grab your cans of color and let's create some magic. Charcoal drawing is like capturing the essence of your subject with every stroke. It's a medium that allows you to create dramatic contrasts between light and shadow, bringing your drawings to life. Imagine this. You take a piece of charcoal and glide it across the paper, leaving behind rich velvety blacks and soft, subtle grays. You can use your fingers to smudge and blend the charcoal, creating smooth transitions and atmospheric effects. Don't be afraid to experiment with different types of charcoal, from vine charcoal for delicate lines to compressed charcoal for bold, expressive marks. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Charcoal is a very forgiving medium, and you can always erase or blend away any unwanted marks, so embrace the beauty of charcoal and let your creativity flow. Now, let's step into the future of art with 3D pen sculpting, where we'll bring our imaginations to life in 3 dimensions. Imagine this. You hold a pen in your hand, but instead of ink, it extrudes heated plastic that cools and solidifies instantly. You can use this amazing tool to draw in midair, creating sculptures, models, and even jewelry. Start by sketching out your design on paper, then use the 3D pen to trace over your lines, building up layers of plastic to create your 3-dimensional form. You can use different colors of plastic filament to add details and create unique effects. And the best part is there's no limit to what you can create. Whether you want to make miniature models, whimsical creatures, or even functional objects, the possibilities are endless with 3D pen sculpting. So grab your pen and let your imagination soar. Well, friends, we've reached the end of our artistic journey together, but remember, the beauty of art is that it's a journey that never truly ends. I hope these techniques have sparked your imagination and inspired you to tap into your own unique creativity. Remember, there are no limits to what you can create when you embrace your inner artist. So keep experimenting, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep having fun. And until next time, happy painting.